this firepower? Better to have all of it and not need it than to need it and be dead, right?
On the next Animal Kingdom.
My uncles are extremely dangerous people.
Only 2 episodes left of the explosive final season. Animal Kingdom, all new Sundays at 9 on TNT. And watch anytime on demand in the TNT app.
I will never forget the experience of shooting this season of Westworld.
You just never know what to expect until you're there, and then you see it, and it's just so much more amazing than you could have ever conceived.
I had a lot of fun with Hale this season because she could be anything. She could wear whatever she wants because it's her world. So that was really a lot of fun. And she went from some corporate to elegant to really fun, badass kind of look in the end.
This show is incredible because not only is it centered around robots, but a lot of the technologies we use are so futuristic. Like today, we're surrounded by cameras and TV screens that make up an entire world, which they've turned into Times Square.
The most challenging thing we're doing this season by far is Times Square. A real-life environment with big depth, reflective surfaces, LED screens, people, background, the whole deal. It's something that needs to feel like a real environment, that needs to feel like something that we know, that feels familiar, but also futuristic. The challenge of natural light and buildings and trees and foliage and all those different things tying together. You know, we really did try and do something that's one of the hardest things to do.
In order to control Times Square and to show the progression that we thought was appropriate for the story, Jay Worth and the visual effects team pitched that we use the volume, which would allow us to really create a space that was different and unique and could show a Times Square that didn't exist. One of the ideas that I had was that all of the billboards and the commercial content, which is no longer needed since all the humans are controlled by Hale, could give way to a digital version of Central Park. So all of the LED walls and billboards now become a forest of trees that allow you to come into this space and feel a natural energy amidst the urban environment. As we move into episode 8, where the chaos ensues and the world is reverting back in terms of civility, we started to play with the original content starting to bleed back through. So the previous known Times Square glitching back in amongst the trees.
This is something that we have to plan way ahead of time, because knowing which way the directors want to look and which way they want to shoot is very helpful so that we know exactly what we have to do to this asset to make it look great.
You have to plan, and you have to plan well. The more prep you get, the better off you are in a shoot.
Richard Lewis is so incredible. You know, he's just one of those directors that already knows what he wants before he comes to set, and he's just ready to go. You know, he comes out swinging, and he knows how to communicate to his cast, to his crew.
I think the final farewell with Caleb is kind of bittersweet, and I think he knows now she is safe and she feels safe with this family, and it's kind of come full circle. You know, he left her before, now she leaves him, and she finally feels like that father figure was there. It's so perfect.
She essentially decides to take herself offline, and funnily, it was something that I'd kind of been thinking about a lot, because I think almost since the character was introduced, I always thought that she was courting a very painful and gruesome death. And so once you're a robot, it's sort of like I've always thought, how do you die? You could always just create so many copies of people, as we've seen on this show. And so I've always thought it would be really fascinating to see someone who has the potential to be immortal, that has the potential to rebuild themselves and rebuild themselves better, elect to make that choice themselves. And in this case, she does it in a sacrificial way. And selfishly, it's like, I love the character, whatever her foibles are. And it was really a beautiful scene to shoot, because we were at the Hoover Dam, which is just like an astounding location, really beautiful. And I thought a lot about what it must have felt like for her, this moment of freedom, in a way, of being inside of nature and quiet. It felt very peaceful there. And so, yeah, it was a peaceful way for her to go, which I think is interesting.
By the end of the season, I think of her as a very noble character. Her reign is challenged, but in the end, she makes a choice to not continue her own story. And I think that's her way of stepping off of this loop. And she's handing the story over to someone else now.
Murphy's free.
All I have to do is get this investor to sell to us, and then you guys come in and do the arrest.
Are you sure you can do this?
It's gonna be fine.
I want to show you something. You see that bank right over there? I can get in and out in 3 minutes.
And do what?
Rob it. Happy New Year! Here's the thing. No one's born bad. Like anything, it takes practice.
Well,
Take a look at that for me, please.
need your help here.
He says, don't scream. Empty your drawer. What's all the commotion?
There's a robbery across the street.
What? Yes! Every city has its king. And in this case, that guy was Tommy Kay.
I may only have an 8th grade education, but I got a doctor's thesis in street.
I want some capital for an out-of-town job, and I hear that you are the guy that I'm supposed to talk to.
I'm in.
To partners in ride. Thank you, Mrs. Claus.
Wife, family.
Nope, but I'm available.
So is there anything I should know about you? Do you have any goals, fun facts?
Well, I can't tell you all my secrets, no, can I? Can I ask you a favor?
Whose place is this?
Ours.
What?
Still nothing on him, huh? Not a thing?
Nothing is a ghost. I'll take this one.
Where'd he go?
Kill him with success, bury him with a smile.
What do you think he's trying to hide?
I gotta do just one last one. Yes, I think I just witnessed a bank robbery.
How many more of those do you think you can do just like that?
This goes down now or we start a loop.
I'd like to make a credit card payment.
Oh, God save the Queen.
Anyone seen this guy?
How would you like to pay for that?
Cash.
The alien mist is taking over your life. How about you focus on your own recovery? Excuse you.
I think it's time you and I had a chat.
Give me the canister or I will take it from you.
Hey, Liz? Where's Liz?
Roswell, New Mexico. New episode next Monday at 8, 7 Central. Only on the CW.
The wind the past few weeks. Keeping me awake every night. The thunder of paths getting in. Suppose every house around here has the same ghosts. I wonder how they'd tell them all apart if they came back.
Mom?
It's different, isn't he? Won't end himself.
Do you reckon?
Mother knows.
It's exactly like it was back in the day.
So long ago. I wouldn't get hung up on it if I were you.
Try to leave a place only to find it following you.
Is Brian in? There's been a claim made by a young woman. Brian says he was at home with you that night. Is that right?
He was, yeah.
We both know that's a lie, though.
It's a serious accusation.
You don't want to hear her side?
You lasted all of about how long?
Usual family traits. Boys being boys.
Was there anyone else out? Do you remember?
Couldn't tell you.
Everyone's got their eyes closed.
Who do you think I am at all, Mom?
Do you not feel anything about what's happened here? Is there no feeling in you?
You have this impossible image of me.
Seems like the whole world has turned upside down.
This is what we're up against. This is how everyone sees him. As some kind of philanthropist out to save the kids of the valley. Terry Silver.
Why you guys named Michael?
It's Michaela.
Whatever. I washed my hands at Cobra Kai when we lost the tournament. I'm not a sensei anymore.
As of today, I am shutting down Miyagi-Do Karate.
This can't be your plan.
With Johnny gone, it's on me to fix this.
1 star? Because the car smelled like beer. It's because there is beer, asshole.
Cobra Kai now has more students than ever before. That means we'll need more senseis. I'm thinking a lot bigger than just the valley.
Everything was supposed to be better after the tournament. It's only getting worse.
I know how things can start out from nothing and get bigger and bigger until all you feel is hate.
I want you guys to get along. We're all friends now.
We're not friends. We never will be. Silver is dividing and conquering.
If this continues, all that we have fought for will not even be memory.
I need you to see which of my students are ready to take the next step.
No, you really won't stop. You need to let me and Chosen handle this. It's the only way to make it all end.
Fine. Handle it.
All we gotta do is get our hands dirty. If you continue down this path, nothing in your life will ever be the same again.
Adult classes are on Wednesday.
We're not here to take a lesson. We're here to teach you one.
I'm happy to hear that you're doing well with the others.
Yeah, well, I make friends pretty easily. I find that a little kindness goes a long way.
Welcome to Fort Salem.
We will rise or fall as units.
I would follow you anywhere. How can we fight them if we can't even tell who's one of them? No matter what happens, I'm with you.
Our ancient enemy has returned. This is the Camarilla.
You are vengeance. I've never seen anything like it. Tally, I'm not gonna end the world. You may not have a choice. We must trust the mother. Fort Salem is our home. Let's defend it for goddess and country. One last hurrah.
It's all before us now.
You've interrupted our important work.
This is what I saw.
Motherland, Fort Salem, series finale Tuesday at 10 on Freeform and stream on Hulu.
Every family has a backstory. This one is ours.
That's what I was born to do.
The Winchesters. New series premieres October 11th, free next day on the CW app.
Mrs. Griffin, your pregnancy is endangering your life.
Mom!
What's the treatment? To not be pregnant.
That's the only option.
We could ask the board for permission to perform an emergency termination.
Is there a chance that she can survive the pregnancy?
Maybe 50%.
Resulting in the birth of a healthy child.
I'm here. I'm right here.
I vote no, gentlemen.
No.
No. No.
No.
No.
This is Jane.
How does it work?
Joy?
Yes.
Get in. No, this is not a taxi. You sit up front with me.
Oh.
You're gonna rest for a few hours.
Which one of you is Jane?
We're all Jane.
We have organizing meetings. That's the address.
How are we going to get through them all? This 11-year-old girl deserves it.
Well, this lady has cancer. She was raped.
It has to be random.
It's life or death for some of them.
It's life or death for all of them.
Made my mind up.
Where you been?
Arcus. Let's take a deep breath.
You got a knack for this. Could have been a nurse.
Could have been a doctor. We are entirely dependent on one man.
We can't change what it costs, Joy. It's economics.
It's interesting how economics always seems to mean that black women get screwed.
Stand up, stand up.
So tell me how you ladies came to be, Jane.
My wife's name is Joy, Detective.
Yeah, you told me that.
You want to end up in prison?
I will answer any questions. I don't want to know.
We have something that works. We are of use. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. I'm not scared of jail. I'm scared there won't be anyone left to answer the phone.
I need help. I don't know what to do. This is my 4th message. I'm losing my grip. I can't tell my parents.
You have to go back.
Never ever gonna lose control. Never ever, so help my soul. Everything I do is worth waiting for.
Let's get to work.
Stand up, stand up.
Cabinet of Curiosities is a show that I've always wanted to make. In this anthology, we gave ownership of each episode to the directors.
Action.
Each of the episodes has a whole world. They present you with different delights. Some are savory, some are sweet. You get a surprise from each of the bites. We wanted to create beautiful, practical creatures with all the artistry that goes into creating a great monster. We achieved some of the most remarkable images in the series. With Cabinet of Curiosities, what I'm trying to say is, look, the world is beautiful and horrible at exactly the same time.
We are the first family of country music. Now and forever.
Is a burning thing.
I never wanted to just be a star.
Makes a fiery
I want to create a dynasty.
bound by wild desire.
And I
I
have.
fell into a ring of fire.
But the strength to do whatever it takes to protect the family, well, we have to work on that.
But the fire went wild.
Roman never forgets an enemy.
It is a sin.
Child, if there's a hell, I booked my ticket years ago.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Most people should tell the truth.
Grave can hold my body down.
But we are not most people.
I hear that trumpet sound. I'm gonna rise right out of the
We're the Romans.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
We come from such different worlds.
We're just like any other super famous, overprivileged, always in the public eye family.
You're very talented, but you're not her.
I will be. I'm not who you think I am.
You are exactly like I thought you'd be.
Your mama didn't become an icon by playing nice. And neither will you.
You stayed out of the spotlight because you thought you'd outshine me? Well, there can only be one queen. Bring it on, sister.
Meet me, mother and
This is about more
meet me down the river.
than contracts and cash.
There's something you're not telling me.
Ain't no grave.
You don't think I can continue her legacy? Just watch.
Your mama trained you well.
I am not a fool.
The new era begins now.
I've been preparing for this my entire life. You'll do anything to get what you want.
Never a dull moment.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, baby.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
You've been the queen of country music for nearly 40 years. In all that time, any regrets?
No, ma'am, not a one.
These new keys I made must be too thick. I blame the locks, honestly.
Well, what if we take this time to have a heartfelt discussion about what we're excited about in the new year?
Nope.
Abbott Elementary, season premiere Wednesday, September 21st on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Motown Philly back again.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
With a little East Coast swag.
This year has made us very good liars.
The Angela Waters house has this great peeling paint, and our greens people put some overgrown vines on there, which makes it look even better. It was a big challenge to get it well enough for us to go into it, but it looks amazing.
As Imogen is searching and snooping, she comes across Crazy Joe.
I told you to let it go.
I'm so sorry. He tries to attack her with a knife. It's like, who are you? Why are you in the Waters house? He was not only in love with Angela, but he's tied to A. He's tied to the people doing this.
No sign of Joe or anyone anywhere. It's Thanksgiving night in Millwood. Train car.
I think it's really important to know when things can be simple. Low angle of a man hanging in a train car illuminated by lightning. That's scary enough.
Oh my God, Farron, I am living for your new look.
Oh, you noticed. It affected me in a way that I never really realized, that I associated beauty with straight hair. And I think for Farron, there was also a level of, this is what it means to be successful, and it's other than me. And so to transform to her natural hair, she realizes that she can only be the best version of herself, and her best is good enough, which was so liberating. Kelly, your leg. Sorry, I have to go. Kelly, what is that? In that moment when Farron realizes that Kelly's hurt in a way that she can understand, she is able to access an empathetic part of herself, and she goes, I want to be who I never got to you. I want to give you what I was never given. And that's a friend, that's someone to talk to.
These two characters have had no one in their life who would take care of them. So she's just needed someone to say, it's okay, I've got you.
Remember how badly you wanted to know what happened to Karen in those rafters? I need to know what happened in that bathroom.
More secrets are revealed. The truth is starting to come out.
One of the things we decided very early on was that we would solve the mystery of what the original sin was and who was tormenting our girls.
Please, we need to know the truth, all of it.
We knew that eventually it would come down to our girls facing off with their mothers.
A does test the girls. Are you bullies like your mothers?
They have to bully their bullies, and they have to hurt the bullies who have been hurting them all season. And our girls choose not to do that. They're very different from their mothers and the way they're dealing with bullying and teen violence.
Principal Clanton? Principal Clanton!
Principal Clanton is the father of Angela Waters.
It caught me off guard.
I'm impressed with you girls, truly.
It's been really interesting to see how it has come along, and looking back on these episodes, seeing how his presence has always obviously been there since the first episode, and how all these Easter eggs have been planted without us even noticing.
One of the clearest plants for us. Principal Clanton has a moment with Imogen where he says,
like mother, like daughter.
There were a couple of theories going around that A could be one of the girls.
It was really delicious the way that Roberto and Lindsay and our creative team were still able to trick and fool us. I mean, we're so close.
I thought it might have been Sheriff Beasley, but I think I was influenced by Theron's thinking on that.
I did not expect him at all. He's just so unassuming.
He was a part of every one of those scenes.
It all makes sense when you play it back, because we're always at school.
No, it's really messed up.
15 people in a room for a climax. You have to be very, very strategic in how we block it, what the mood is, what the tone is.
There are moments in there that like literally just call for like a really strong push-in on Principal Clanton.
And don't worry, Tom Beasley will get his.
Oh, he got his. Kelly.
Big moment for Kelly at that dinner table. She finally stands up for herself and stands up for her mom. Lisa said something so great. You know, this is Kelly's moment. She's doing what Karen could never do. You're avenging your sister's death, and tells him he's a monster.
You assaulted a girl, and Karen's dead because of your actions. What?
When Karen died, it was the most traumatic thing she had ever experienced. And her husband revealed that he's going to kill them. And something clicks for her, where she's not going to lose another child.
I already lost one baby. You will not take another.
Imogen has been the one who has been so obsessed with figuring out who could be attacking these people and why. And the why is answered. Oh my God. And her sentence is death, not just for herself, but for her baby.
Imogen, run.
Travis is an amazing partner, and we had so much fun together. The two of us always had this kind of thing, like, when are you gonna chase me?
I love doing big, wide, cinematic angles.
Looking through the cemetery with the house in the background. Looks like a good place to kill someone.
It's a great kind of nod back to the pilot. We're back in the bathroom. Not only is she running from the mass creeper, but she is now in labor. So everything at once is falling on top of her. I think Imogen at this moment is just running on pure adrenaline, but anger.
We went in with a plan, and everyone was really, really dialed. It was just bam, bam, bam.
Bailey approached me early on and said, I want to do as much as you'll let me do.
They were nervous. I think I felt really loved.
She was so committed, and she killed it.
I thought that we found a really great moment to put that 520-degree angle spin into the creeper. Just that one moment, because those really special shots, I feel like, start to lose their power.
The final stab. This is for all the pain and the hurt that you have caused.
The trial begins now.
We have a group of very special young women who are extremely talented, extremely hardworking.
Love stunts. I love walking away with bruises on my body and being like, look what I did, Ma.
They're trafficking against such dark themes and handling it all so beautifully.
I don't feel safe anymore. The important message that we're portraying is that you're not alone.
I am thankful we're telling that story.
It just felt so important.
5 resourceful young women can affect change and make the world better.
On top of everything else, they're just really good people and fun to be around.
It is our sincere hope that the story that we've started to tell in season 1 continues.
Perhaps a new horror villain yet to be met and seen.
Do we think it's over? Or is there a sequel?
Are you trying to ask me to dinner?
I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Do you ever think about Mom when you have sex?
Wow, talk about a segue.
So, do you still have feelings for him?
I'm not sure.
Good Trouble. New episode next Thursday at 10 on Freeform and stream on Hulu.
You guys have a mission to find a Gamma Line jacket. Here we are in the middle of the night on a rival campus. But am I worried? Oh man, I ain't gonna make it in jail.
Grownish. New episodes Wednesdays at 10 on Freeform and stream on Hulu.
Are you giving me nightmares now? Tell me!
I suppose you'd like your prison now.
I am not a possession to be kept. I'm a goddess, a daughter of Zeus. I call to you, Oniros, that you may hear me.
Morpheus. You're writing him a letter.
Something like that.
He must be punished.
What's happened to your hand?
The god of dreams can't save you.
I am here.
And who are you?
Some of you have traveled far to hear my message today, and I hope you will all share my dream.
Need a ride?
Sean Nolan, people are gonna start to talk.
Oh, let him talk.
Simone Clark, FBI. And the fact that I'm here should scare the hell out of you. I'm not 25. If I want a real career, I gotta shine right out the gate. It's all right. We got this. We're fans.
I know we have lots of questions. It's how we deal after we're knocked down that makes us Bravo.
No.
If this is how I go, you're the one I want looking over there.
The Navy destroyer USS Crampton was hit yesterday. 20 sailors were killed in the attack.
Bravo will be deploying on a long-term special activities op.
You're in Syria. Who's there?
Who isn't?
Command's under pressure. One team is going to get decommissioned. Our first op without Clay could be our last op ever.
Bravo will be the only Americans in North Syria. Show up for war and a Hello Kitty convention breaks out.
My soldiers may not have your training, but they are feared.
Fear.
Think we can work with that?
I made a bad call.
Clay's fighting for his life right now because of me.
We're still family. It doesn't change.
When did Bravo become a bomb magnet?
We never discussed what doing this together looks like.
Maybe we should know.
Somebody messed up, and they need to be held accountable.
Are you not telling me?
We cannot keep killing our way out of this war. Maybe a little mercy goes a long way.
This world needs a hero.
We agree. The return of the Red Ribbon Army is near.
What if some new world-ending evil shows up?
So, who are you actually after?
Who are you?
An old-fashioned superhero. Is that all the power you've got? It won't be enough to win you this fight. This guy seems to learn his opponent's techniques as he fights. You need to believe in yourself and unleash that power. Everything you've got. No holding back.
seems we're dealing with quite a formidable foe.